It's time to fight under the full moon. We are outside live at Empire Fight Camp. I'm Todd Grisham. And here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
Time for our tale of the tape. Here is Roy Jones Jr., 24 years old. He's already got 22 wins with 20 knockouts. Certainly a young man to keep your eye on. Here comes the pride of Wales. You are looking at an...
This bout is scheduled for 12.
Lots of hype as they will fight into the... And there's the bell to start round one. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. That hook was off target. He misses with that straight left. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This fight was so big, an arena couldn't contain it. We're fighting underneath the stars, and what a main event this should be.
It's been a long, long day, Todd. They've been drinking, they've been out in the sun, they've been having a good time. But this is what they've been waiting for. This crowd can be very unpredictable. And by the sense of it, it's night time now. They're waiting for the big fight. There's a lot of pressure on these fighters' shoulders to get that job done and perform.
Swing and a miss with the hook. This is a high-octane battle. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, so I gotta respect both of them. More than happy.
And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Good counter punching. How about that time counter shot? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. When you're fighting a counter puncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counter puncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
It's all offense all the time. Beautiful counter shot. They got out of the way of that right hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
I love that. I love that. That jab's slick. It's the
Win the round, right? There's only one round that you...
And there's the bell for round two. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Johnny, you would know this better than me, but I would hate fighting someone with this swarmer style. They don't let you breathe. They don't let you get off the ropes. You can't get your offense off. You just got to deal with them.
You fight the swarmer, you've got to protect everything. The body with the elbows, the head with the forearm. You've got to try and push them off balance, because they will just stay in your face.
These punches coming from every angle. He threw a punch and just got countered. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. When you've got two evenly matched fighters in this weight class, it sometimes comes down to who's in better condition. A perfect counter shot. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
The straight right just misses. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Missing with that jab. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you're in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
That counter punch caught him clean. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Every second, every minute of this fight.
And there's the bell for round 3. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter punch right up the middle. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. The jab not finding its target. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That jab doesn't score. Well done with that counter shot. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Misses with the straight left. The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
This can be so frustrating when you're in such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
That left hook just missed. Through the straight left, but it won't score. Nice counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
On to the fourth we go. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
You don't want to trade shots. And he scores with the counter. They exchange punches. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've gone in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
That punch is beginning to take its toll. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. This is the kind of fight you expect from 2 world-class elite middleweights. Which fighter will say no mas? Swing and a miss with that hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. This is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the table. Time for the 5th round. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
There's a counter shot. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Oh, and Joe Calzaghe just took a heavy shot. They've avoided catastrophe there.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Tough to be a judge of this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Misses with the straight left. That left hook misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got...
This is the beginning of round 6. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nope, that jab not going to score. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
That counter shot lands. The straight right just misses. Punch, counter punch. You'd like to see more jabs. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Nice counter. Do you believe what we're seeing? Perfect counter. This fight may stop here considering all the bruising and swelling on the face.
Are you all right? Are you okay?
And the referee's going to allow him to fight. Good punch. Catch and shoot. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Can you believe this? Joe Calzaghe in some serious trouble. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy.
There's the bell to start round 7. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Good counter punch. Do you believe what we are seeing? What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when he catch you.
Incredible work rate. Just misses with that jab. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt.
You don't want to lose this fight, do you?
Round 8, and we're off again. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's...
So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight?
Hey, are you all right? Are you okay?
And the referee's going to allow them to fight. Got to let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Beautiful counter punch. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
They better start respecting each other's punching power.
Yeah!
Nice counter shot. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
And he misses with that straight left. Misses with the straight left. Is he going to punch himself out, though? That jab misses. Nice counter punch. Both men step back for just a moment. Tried to score with a jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on
This round.
And there's the bell for round 9. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That jab misses. Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to...
Well, Johnny, how do you rate the performance after this stoppage win?
What's next? A TKO makes it so confusing because you think, what would have happened if the fight had carried on? These guys are going to have to do it all over again.